I'm on top of my roof line. I come up here every so often. I get back to what you're about to see, and I walk on top of the roof. I get to have aerial view of my goats, and they usually chase me. You see the leaves down there. I ripped some leaves off the tree behind the house and threw them down there, and there's branches and other small pieces of trees that I've cut out of the yard, and I throw them in there and they eat the bark and the leaves off of it. And this is just a good old aerial view of the area. Now the trees, I'm going to zoom in some so I can get my glasses on. The trees right I'm pointing at, those are wild cherries. And as you can see, they go up for a pretty good amount of air. And wild cherry bark there's a price for it right now, and I'm debating on cutting those out, stripping the bark, and after I strip the bark and let it dry, then I'll just cut the trees up for firewood. And the good thing about that is my walnut tree, which is right here, when this tree's out of the way, it can grow out, you know, and I'll have a bigger and more vibrant walnut tree. This is my TV antenna, one of them. Now, the space right across here, I've cleared some of this out. I've cut some trees out. There's a tree stump over there. You can probably see. Let me zoom in. Like you really care about the tree stump, but there's one right there I took out. And there's another one down in here I took out. But I'm going to clear more of this space here out and cut some of these overhanging branches here stuff out. And we still got to get this tree here, all these three pieces taken down, which they go pretty far up too. I'd say from the top of the tree to the ground is probably about 40 foot tall. And once I get that taken out, we can cut those log pieces up. I put it back for firewood. Now right here, this little clump section right here, it's a big old mound of dirt. Used to be a tree, I guess fell over, and that's part of the root ball, but the root ball is rotted out, but the dirt's still there. And I'm going to see if I can get one of my buddies over here eventually sometime with a tractor or a bobcat or something, and see about getting a lot of this dirt here shoved over, smoothed out of that nature. Now here's the wire of my ETV antenna, one of them. Now, there's a peach tree right here. The main part of the tree is broken. There's some side growth to it. It has a few peaches on it. After this, if the peaches mature and they get, you know, where there should be, and after I pick them, I'm taking that tree out. I got two heavy duty blueberries there, right there. I wasn't thinking at the time. I set them. Eventually I'm gonna dig those up, and the garden boxes over here in the yard, I'm gonna put them in that. I gotta do some altercation work to it first, but I'm gonna put them right there because next year we're getting a pool that's gonna come to about where that in between the tree and the blueberry bush, somewhere in there. It's gonna come out this far, and we're gonna have to, of course I'm gonna have to burn the steps and cut up that old porch there and either burn it or fill it in a big old sinkhole that's over in there. But if I can't put in the sinkhole, I'm just going to cut up and burn it. After I burn everything, get a magnet, you know, suck up all the nails and turn the nails in for scrap metal. The pool right there, basically, this is a one-time summer use thing because the one we did have was twice this size, but there was multiple issues with it, so I got rid of it. I got this one. We're going to keep it till probably summer's over with, and then I'm going to put it online, say free pool, come and get it. Or if somebody I know wants one for their kids, I'll just give it to them for their kids. And like I said, the one I'm looking at getting is 32 feet long, 19 feet wide, 5 foot deep. So it's gonna swallow most of this area. Now, this is my mulberry tree. As you can see, there's a lot of red ones on here still, red and pink, and a couple of little green pink ones, but most of it, you know, I've picked a good majority of what I could reach, and most of the stuff you're seeing up here, this is bird view. Of course, when the birds jump on the branches when they're ripe, when they're eating them, some of the ones that they can't get to, they fall off and they land down on my dirty old porch, which you can see is little black dots, is mulberries and everything else. I'll zoom in. There's all kinds of mulberries on there. Now it's a pile I made of some of the other ones. That's my second pile. My first pile went to the chickens, and this pile will probably go to the goats. There's stuff on, you know, there's ants on them and there's bugs on them and stuff like that. Because I don't, you know, I do get to pick some of the ones off the porch. You know, that, you know, they're like, you know, freshly fallen, nothing wrong with them. I'll pick those, put them in a bag, put them in the freezer. Now, as you can see, my tree is loaded still with a bunch of red ones. I mean, they're just all over the place. Red, 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 red. So I'm going to say probably about a day or two, maybe 3 max. Most of these should be ready to pick. So when that time comes, I'll be picking a lot more and putting them back in the freezer. Because what I'm going to do with these is I have an old-fashioned steam juicer. And after I freeze them, I'm going to load them beside that steam juicer. And I'm going to juice them into basically like mulberry juice. And then I'm going to take a cook pot I have that I cook my stuff in for my birthday. After I get it cleaned real good in the way I want it, I'm going to put water in it, stick it back on the burner plate, and I'm going to use my cook pot as a canner so that way I can can all the juice I want from all these. I'm going to juice some blackberries. I'm going to juice some blueberries. Because there's a place down the road from me that has a big old blueberry farm. I'm going to go pick from them because what mine's going to produce this year won't even equal to a quarter pint of them. So I'm going to make juices with it. And if I decide, after they're canned, if I decide later on, you know, hey, I want to go make me some blueberry jelly, that I can take the juice, put in the pot, put my sugar to it, stir it up real good till it gets nice and thick. Well, bam, there I go. I got a thing. I actually got jelly on the go. And or if I just want to keep it for juice, I can keep it for juice. There's friends of mine that takes the juice I make and they mix it with vodka, and they say it's really good. Of course, I don't drink, so I don't know. But yeah, that's one of the things that a lot of people I know that enjoy the juice that I make because they use it for mixed drinks. Now I'm going to zoom out some. This here is where my old chicken coop used to be. Now right in here, my finger's pointing to, is a pile of chicken wire, some pieces of wood, stuff like that. I have to get a lot of that crap cleaned out real good. I meant to do it in the springtime, but it was still kind of cold and rainy. I didn't want the kids out here getting sick, so I just waited till now. Today's the kids' last day of school, May 31st, and they're out for summertime. Now, I'm going to take one of these little bad boys over here. I got some lead lines. I'm going to connect one to the tree right there, well actually right here, and connect to the tree, put the goat out here on the chain, and then just let it eat everything in the process through here. And then after that, I'm going to bring them over here, because on the telephone pole right here, let me zoom in if you can see it. Yeah, it is. There's poison ivy. And it goes, of course, what they're going to do is they're going to grab a hold of that little, let me see if I can find the vine on it. Let's see. There's the pole. Go down some. I'm too far down. Let's see. There's a big old vine on it somewhere. It's a brown vine. That might be part of it right there. But what they're going to do is they're going to grab a hold of that. There it is right there. There's that big old brown line right there. That's a poison ivy vine. They will grab that and tug on that till it comes off the telephone pole, and they will chew up everything right there on that pole line. Now, I'm going to have to make sure they don't chew through my internet wire. But, you know, other than that, I don't think they will. But, yeah, they're going to clear all this for me. They're going to get their billies full, and I'm going to come in with a chainsaw. There's a log going across here. I'm going to cut some more of that up. I'm trying to get most of this wire as possible out. And once I get all this here area cleaned up, this is where I'm going to store. I'll probably put like metal here, aluminum here, miscellaneous trash more for them there. like a mixed with aluminum metal, and that's where I'm gonna store all my scrap metal process, because, well, my yard's a mess, I'm not gonna show you. But way out to my left hand side, there's a big old pile of metal that I just put in there, and where I used to put it at. But I want to try to get my yard area and those areas cleaned out and put back here where, you know, it's being blocked by the shed. And then on the side of my porch here, I got a piece of wood that comes up this way where you won't be able to see this either. So basically, the eyesore will be taken out of the yard. And then I got my power box here. I gotta get the wire out of that. That's from the AC unit, the connector pieces. There's a small window unit there I gotta clean out. And then right down there is my old AC unit that I haven't used in 5 years. It's completely disconnected from the house, taking off power. So I'm gonna basically unscrew all that stuff, cut it down. Metal goes to one, copper and aluminum goes to the other, and I met me a little extra jingle for this fall. And as you can see, there's all kinds of weeds and stuff here. That's my lateral line going out to the septic tank. But all these weeds in here, yeah, I put my concrete block and tied to this over here. They'll chew this up like you wouldn't believe. And it'll, you know, that's why I partially got goats for it, because it's a 4-legged weed eater. And you know, they'll eat that to the ground, and you know, it won't affect me none, because I mean, yeah, it's overgrown right now, but with 2 goats in this patch right here, within a day and a half, there'll be nothing left. And as you, of course, as on this video form, what you're seeing now, when I do put them on here on the chain, because I got the chains in the blazer, I bought them yesterday, and I get them connected up to this. Once they do this and they do eat it, I'll take a picture video of it, or make a video of it, and show all the damage they can do with weeds in your yard. Of course, I wouldn't call it damage, because, you know, if they eat it, that's great for me. But yeah, this is what I've been doing. Not really been doing, but what I've been working on somewhat. I've mainly been focused on my mulberry tree right there, because yeah, I mean, I like mulberries better than blackberries some, because even though mulberries have a lot of seed in it, the seed is so small that it doesn't get stuck in your teeth like blackberries do. And there's a lot of people that they see the trees, but they just don't do anything. You know, they don't pick them. They don't do anything with them. They're just like, eh, whatever. It's a tree. It got, you know, some kind of a berry on it, so I'm not gonna mess with it. Of course, when I was a kid, my grandmother showed it to me, and she told me what they used to do with them. So that's kind of like what I'm doing with them, except for they would smash them up and pulverize them and make jelly with it, you know, as soon as they were like in season. Of course, they didn't have refrigeration like we do now and everything else, so either they made jelly with it, or they stored them in a root cellar and try to keep them as fresh as possible. And but yeah, that's, you know, everything my grandmother's taught me with what they used to do as a kid is what I do now, as far as jelly, jams, and juices. So that's kind of like what I'm sharing with you all, what I'm doing with this. Except for I haven't shown you all, but everything I've done, everything I've picked so far has been put in the freezer. But once I start doing the process, I'll make a video of it. I'll share it with you. I mean, it's nothing fancy. It's just, you know, something to watch, a little educational. And if y'all decide to do it sometime, then more power to you. But I'm gonna close this video because I'm gonna go fire up my ride mower. I'm gonna mow my jungle. So I'll see y'all in a little while.